Also a complication this weekend if you're driving on the Capitol Beltway in Montgomery County.
Over the past few weeks, the State Highway Administration has been repaving the outer loop of the Capitol Beltway between Silver Spring and Bethesda. In order to get the job finished more quickly, 3 of the 4 lanes of 495 westbound are now closed while crews put down new asphalt on the bridge at Connecticut Avenue. Expect major delays. Use Maryland 200, the ICC, the Intercounty Connector, instead. Crews are expected to work through most of the weekend. The lanes may not reopen until midday on Sunday. I'm Jim Ross, WBAL News Radio 1090.
It's 10:05, coming up, the Brian Kronberger Financial Hour on WBAL News Radio 1090.
WBAL News Radio 1090. Traffic.
Southbound side of the JFX got reports of an accident scene near St. Paul Street. Do watch out for that. You're starting to see some down and pick up company that accident scene right now as well, so definitely proceed with caution. Elsewhere at Philadelphia Road, that would be Route 7 on the northbound side. Got a construction zone. It's one right lane is blocked. And a quick look over towards the Bay Bridge, eastbound side of 50 is slow going from College Park towards the toll plazas. Not too jam-packed, but definitely slow. Let's look at your traffic. I'm Carlos Ramirez, WBAL News Radio 1090.
WBAL TV 11 weather.
Looking mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Hot, high near 90. Partly cloudy tonight, warm, low temperatures into the 60s and 70s. Mix of sun and clouds on the Sunday, hot and humid, chance for afternoon thunderstorms, high 93. I'm Chandler Brenda on WBAL News Radio 1090.
Warming up quickly under pretty much cloudless skies right now. Lots of sunshine. Humidity's not terrible. The temperature's pushing into the 80s. It's 82 in Annapolis, 79 in Lancaster, 84 downtown at the Science Center, and 82 degrees now here on TV Hill. Listen to WBAL on your smart speaker. Say, Alexa, enable WBAL to hear us on your Amazon device. At 10:06, I'm Bill Vanko on WBAL News Radio 1090.
You're Ipsy Morgan.
Smart and intelligent talk.
But my issue isn't so much with whether or not to secure it, it's how to secure it. So is this the most cost-effective way?
This morning at 11.
Expect more from WBAL News Radio 1090.
Good morning and welcome to the Brian Kronberger Financial Hour. A lot to talk about this week. Second quarter earnings season kicked off on Friday with some of the big banks. We'll touch on that. We'll certainly get into the latest economic news. We'll spend some time talking about international stocks, and they've struggled of late. And we'll also get into a couple of financial planning topics, namely long-term care and the latest position from the IRS on backdoor Roth conversions. If you have questions, feel free to give us an email, Crony@WBAL.com, KRONY@WBAL.com. And also, we've got a lot of the show topics that we've talked about the past couple months on the Kronberger show page on WBAL.com. Feel free to go to that show page. You'll have to click on the archive, the radio archive, in the middle of the Kronberger show page. And from a market standpoint, we had some interesting numbers. Consumer price index came out a little bit hotter than expected, and some components rose 0.2% on a seasonally adjusted basis for the core number. Core prices are now up 2.3%. Remember, the Federal Reserve's goal was to get inflation higher or at 2%. Now we're running a little bit hotter. Jay Powell, Federal Reserve Chairman, said that he's willing to allow it to run a little hot, but they think about overall consumer prices rose 2.9%. The question becomes, for a lot of investors, when it comes to fixed income, hey, Brian, I know that interest rates are going higher. Why would I still buy bonds? And the market, you can't imagine that with all the people that buy bonds, a much larger market than the stock market, they haven't already figured out where they believe inflation, where interest rates should be in terms of the markets, and they've already adjusted for it. And I say that because if inflation is running hotter than it has before, and certainly the jobs number, the wage number support that, then look at the 10-year Treasury. 10-year Treasury closed the week with the yield at 2.83%. The 30-year closed at 2.93%. So you actually saw bonds rally, even though we've got very strong economic numbers from an economic standpoint. So again, why do you have fixed income in your portfolios? To give balance to the equity position, and I would not go crazy fixed income. Again, we're underweight fixed income in the portfolio, but there is a position, even in a low interest rate environment, for fixed income to be part of your portfolio. In fact, when you look at the latest numbers, really over the past 5 years, U.S. investors have pulled money from U.S. stocks right when it's done super well, and they've added money to fixed income, and we've had rates rise off the bottom about a year and a half ago. So again, I'm not so sure that if you are trying to develop a portfolio, if you just looked at what the average investor does, you probably do the opposite. You probably do really, really well. From a market standpoint, we had a great run this week. Certainly, President Trump imposing more tariffs on China. Wednesday, we took a hit, but the other 4 days of the trading week were higher. The S&P 500 closes above 2,800. We're now at the strong highest numbers we've seen since February. Dow Jones Industrial Average closes up almost 95. It closed above 25,000.